Alright, here we have an abandoned road crossing on, I believe this is West Point Cutoff Road in Abbeville, Alabama. This is on the Bay Line Railroad's Abbeville branch, I think it's called, a former Atlantic Coastline line that ran to Abbeville. But much of the industry in Abbeville is left, at least the rail served stuff, so pretty much the track only runs to a wood chip plant just south of Abbeville. That's far north as it goes. However, there's something I will be showing you in a second, but first off, as you can see, we have two signals here, both without bells, though if I recall correctly, Google Street View shows that they had bells originally, West Corners Mechanicals, but I can't recall if they, but I don't know if they were stolen or removed though. That one, I think, this one might have been stolen because the wire's just kind of sticking out the top there. But on the other signal, it appears to have been removed because the wires were taped up to the side there. It might be the same for that one as well, I can't really tell because it's on top of a cantilever. But yeah, the first signal here, as you can see, it's a Lincoln Industries cantilever. These are actually some pretty modern signals, probably installed around the early to mid 2000s, if I had guessed, probably by Rail America, who have owned the line at the time. So, but they do feature something rather nice. The mast lights, as you can see, are some Progress Rail 12 by 24 inch lights, and what's very nice about them is the fact they all have Progress Rail LEDs in them, it appears. Can't really make it out, but they are Progress Rail LEDs, and then on the back there you can see that's Progress Rail. And then the overhead lights, bit of a unique mounting for them. I think at least one of the lights probably got hit by something and knocked out of alignment, or they just have them like that. But as you can see, these are also Progress Rail lights with more Progress Rail LEDs in them. I do kind of like how that looks up there. You don't see that too often. I mean, this entire cantilever thing looks kind of unique, especially with how the mast lights are all mounted like that. But then over here, and no doubt that they'll probably be doing some of these signals soon. But over here we got a 5-inch mast signal. It's got a Lincoln Industries base. And then we got more Progress Rail 12 by 24 inch lights with Progress Rail LEDs in them. Don't know if you can make out the LED arrays in these, but if you look up there you can see Progress Rail. And same with any of these lights really. And just to look at the tape up there at the top of the mast. Yeah, I don't really see any tape up there unless it's on the inside. But as you can tell, this crossing is abandoned. Right over there is the relay case, which is shut off. As you can tell by the power light being off. Scroll and you zoom in there, you can see the road's technically, I guess the road might technically be County Route 45, I'm not sure. But this is in Abbeville, Alabama, milepost 812.60. Number 638062N. However, in Abbeville's, well, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of the rail industry up here in Abbeville left, it appears. In fact, one person who apparently was working for the Bay Line for many years said that his tenure doing maintenance of way over here was he only recalls putting in one new switch, and typically when any kind of maintenance of way was going on, it's typically to remove switches. However, they are going to, according to some Bay Line, some of the people who work for the Bay Line Railroad, when I was chatting with them a couple days ago, they are going to be rehabilitating, I guess would be the entire line. And there are some very major issues with it, such as some crossings where the train will literally do this going over it. And also probably replacing a lot of the older Atlantic Coastline stuff. But that still remains. However, and Seaboard Coastline stuff. However, they are also rebuilding the section of line up through here, which is rather nice to see. I can see right here, there's a bunch of bundles of new ties just along the line there. along with some old ties sitting out of old rotten ties sitting out over there. Same with over here. You can see all the old piles of rotten ties that were torn out, and the bundles of new ties sitting over there. Looks like there's a little private crossing up that way. I may check that out later. But they are, like I said, they are in the process of actually rebuilding this part of the line. There used to be some signals all the way down there at the state route. I forget if it's 173 or 134 up down there, but those were removed years ago, whereas these signals up here still remain. But it looks like they might be putting in some stuff there, because I see what looks like a post with a dot with an emergency information sign on it. So we'll just have to see. I mean, I won't be surprised if they reinstall some signals there. There used to be a pair of like gateless signals, I think, with a mechanical bell, and probably Martin installed by 24-inch lights. But yeah, it's kind of neat to see that this abandoned crossing will soon not be abandoned once they finish the track relaying project. And it'll almost undoubtedly have a pair of General Signals Type 3E bells go up to replace the missing electrical noise mechanicals. Like I said, I don't know if they were removed by the railroad or if they were stolen, though given what was done with that signals wiring, I suspect the railroad removed them, or at least they removed that one, and that one could have been stolen. I don't know. Someone who knows more about the bay line what the bay line did might be able to tell me. But yeah, just look at this abandoned railroad crossing, one of 3 abandoned signalized crossings in the state of Alabama as far as I'm aware. Over and out.